Yeah, am I live? Can you hear that? That calm, slow, classical music on a fine Monday morning? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, baby. What's up? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, son. Oh, shit. Jerome, good morning. EMP, good morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome to a fine Monday edition of BS with Hannas. That's me, Nicky Hannas. What's up? What's good? Happy motherfucking Monday. Welcome to it, man. The premise of this show, man, I wake up and I do some good things, lift, read. Now I'm here talking shit. About to start talking shit at least. But that's all right. Hopefully good shit. Hopefully good stuff. Yeah, I mean, like to go live on YouTube a few times throughout the week. BS with Behind here on YouTube. Live, no script. Caffeinated as fuck. Running and gunning. So yeah, man, welcome. Welcome, welcome. How do most blues songs start? Most blues songs start. What's the cliche? Woke up this morning. They don't have an air horn though. My baby done left me. Nope. No, no, no. Rather, my money done left me. Man, it's a bitch. I woke up today nice and early. Nice and early. Go hit that motherfucking workout and shit. And evidently, I was very careless with my money over the weekend. Not boozing, not doing anything dumb, but like fucking just buying shit. When I think about it, it's like, what did I buy? Yeah, it's the end of the month, so rent, bills, insurance, and all that shit, man. I feel like I got shit figured out sometimes. I feel like I got some shit figured out sometimes. The only thing I really suck at, which is a terrible, disgusting character flaw, is money. I'm bad with the money, which might be why I'm obsessed with reading about it and imprinting my subconscious with money and opulence and elegance and all that shit. Jerome says $6 gas. Yeah, that shit ain't helping, man. I mean, fuck. What did I do? I got paid. Yeah, Friday. The famous words of ZZ Top, man. I just got paid today. Got me a pocket full of change. Dun 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 dun. Wow. Ripping fucking guitar riff. My man Jerome's out here spiraling. Happy fucking Monday, dude. I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. I like got paid and paid my bills and shit. And I'm like, let me be kind of well to do this month. Things are a little tight, but let me throw some fucking money in that Robinhood account. And boom, 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 boom. I bought some supplements. I bought some groceries. Like, I bought a book. I bought a fucking little magnet clip so I could film content in the gym like a douche. Like, in my mind, I'm not buying like crazy amounts of shit, but it's just like gone. I woke up and I'm like, how the fuck is that? Where did all my fucking bread go? Man, I must be an asshole working. I got to look at it as a sign. I got to look at it as God or the universe, because I could easily blame fucking Joe Biden or Donald Trump or the Chi-Coms or the Iranian war. There's a lot of things, man. Motherfuckers are stretched. Motherfuckers are stretched with the money, but only if you're like not pliable. Stretching ain't a big deal if you're flexible. And, flexibility and mobility physically and metaphorically can be trained, and built up to strength developed. The gym is the best metaphor for fucking everything, dude. So I don't want to blame gas prices, Donald Trump for me sucking with my money. But yeah, man, I woke up this morning and I fucking shit, I got that bad mood, dude. I'm like, what the fuck happened here? You know what I mean? I get up and I'm like, all right, let me read my book. Let me just, wake up a little bit. And I had this thought. I'm like, let me check my money out first. Let me see exactly where this all lands. Cause the fucking charges and pending shit like credit cards and debits and whatever. Like, it always takes a couple days. Sometimes it's just in. It's a pending charge. So I never exactly know. I never exactly know where it's gonna land. So shame on me. Shame on you, be honest. You're I almost call myself a retard. I shouldn't self-deprecate so early in the morning though. But you blew it. So fuck it. You know what I mean? I fucking took that pre-workout, went to the gym, and I'll say this, man. I will say this when I've got the beautiful, sweet sounds of Carcass blasting in my eardrums. When I'm just boom hitting the floor, squat, pull up, push up, push up, push up, boom, heavy breathing, fucking just killing it. 10 minutes in, I didn't really care. 10 minutes in, I didn't really care. I'm like, you know what, dude, it is what it is. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna let this shit stress me out? That's the old me. The old me would have been waking up late. Fucking bad start. Looking at my money, bad start. Feeling bad about myself, encouraging the bad start to maintain itself, dwelling on it, rushing around, negative, negative, negative. Bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit. So I've been doing this too long, man. I've been talking too much shit. Can't let it fucking hang on. Can't let it hang on, dude. Just did the thing, hit that pre-workout and fucking banged out the workout. Hundreds of reps, body weight shit. My body's feeling it though. I'll tell you that. It's feeling it. But it's good. It's a good thing. Feel alive. I'd much rather be sore from debatably overactivity than sore from complete and total inactivity, you know? Shit. That version of me that would come home from work and within 5 minutes, fire up that bong, take a nice weed blast, DoorDash some fucking Taco Bell or something stupid, pay my bills late. Speaking of no one in particular, speaking of my old self, those tendencies I see in other people, and it just makes me sick. I'm like, dude, what a low, what a low attempt at performance. But neither here nor there. I'm better off just worrying about myself. And in worrying about myself, it means get up and do something good. Go lift, begrudgingly do the cardio. Well, I'm starting to enjoy the cardio again. It's just on the elliptical machine, just to get it, just because I fucking got to do something. Got to do something. Better to do it than not do it. It's just boring. I hate. I'm getting sick of looking at the screens. Looking at the screens. Although on the news this morning, at the old Planet Fitness row of television screens, on the news they had some old boomer news host guy. He pulled out like a hammer, and again, I'm listening to like destruction or something. I'm just fucking blasting metal, getting after it. But they had one of those like morning news anchor dudes. I guess he was talking about looks maxing. It's maxing season. We're maxing. We're Monday maxing out here. This goofy internet shit as it breaks the barrier into real life. This dude pulled out a hammer and was like making goofy boomer jokes about like chiseling his jaw with it. Like, man, this fucking brain rot. This shit's gone too far, dude. But we're all participants in it on some level or another. The only maxing worth doing is retard maxing. That's it. Don't think, just do. No thinking. No thinking, just doing. Just fucking execution. Think later. Think when you're out walking. Go take a walk and ponder. Get them steps in there. So that's where I'm at, baby, in between workouts and shit. I started a new Instagram page today for my brand, Heavy Blues Metal. So go follow that. I plan on, I'm methodical in things that I do. I'm thinking too much. I'm thinking too much. And here I am trying to, like, I got this fucking little, like, metal phone clip magnet so I could film stuff in the gym. So I went yesterday and just did a bunch of squats. I'm like, let me just take it easy. End up fucking working up to like 455 or whatever on the box. And I kind of felt like a prick just, putting my magnet thing on the rack and getting the phone angle just right, messing with the dimensions. But it's one of those things you just got to get over, dude. If I want to be in the game, if I want to promote the shit that I'm about, man, and what am I about? Music, lifting, talking, fucking getting the mind right, living right, getting better, getting sober. I'm about all these things, but what good is it? What good is it if I don't share it? What good is it if I don't have the fucking balls to put it out there? Because I'm scared of what people might think. So it's a process, but as I'm thinking about it today, I'm like, man, I woke up, I'm fucking broke again. Fuck being broke. Oh shit. I put that up on a short the other day, and it was one of the better performing ones. Everyone understands. Everyone understands that. Is this America? Is this where we're at? Yeah, we're being stretched. We're being stretched by these idiots because we've got $6 gas and Like my man Jerome just said in the chat, they're talking about clavicular. He got arrested, but he actually did use a hammer to break chisel his jaw. Yeah, and he's an idiot. Like, it's just one of those things, dude. Like, we're gonna take Clav seriously because he's friends with all these other internet personalities. Oh, did you hear what Clav and Fuentes did? Did you hear what Clav and Sneeko did? Bunch of goofballs, man. It's fucking goofy. But like, it has its utility, I guess. But it just once it hits that level of yeah, we're cooked, Chad. Like we're talking stupid now. I talk stupid anyway. Nah, I mean, know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm saying, nah, I mean, like, you feel me? Like I talk like an asshole anyway. I blame Philadelphia for that. I learned to walk and talk in the great city of Philadelphia. So I'm fucked. I'm cooked. But once we're all like collectively just indulging in this, once it breaks that boundary where the boomers on the morning news is being propagated on the Planet Fitness screens with the herd just walking around doing cardio, of which I'm among them, so I should shut the fuck up, but that's okay. You know, once it's like some boomer, "Haha, can you believe it? He's chiseling his jaw. Maybe I'll take a chance. What do you think, Kelly? I don't know, Jackson." Shut the fuck up. Fucking goofballs. But, welcome to it. Enjoy your $6 gas, you know? It's all right. I could have. Then the other thing I've seen on the news, which made me feel better about my situation, I could have been fucking wake. I could have been walking and watching the screens and be like, "Wow, they're going to the moon again. Can you believe it? Holy shit! I'd rather have a stretched bank account than believe we're going to the moon again on Wednesday." This is like the absurdity of it all. The absurdity of it all. Jerome says he started taking a speaking class to stop talking like an asshole. I admire that, dude. I admire that. I have the ability to not speak incorrectly, to not speak like a barbarian. I can, in fact, articulate well and project my voice and refrain from using profanity excessively, overindulgently, lackadaisically. Rah! I could wax a wane poetically, but like, fuck it. Fuck it. You know? It's lazy, Anytime I see Maddie show up in the chat, because Maddie don't curse. Once he had his daughter, he's like, I gotta get this. I gotta eliminate this low brow, low character, lazy diction from my habitual usage. I admire that. So anytime I'm around him, I try my best not to casually be throwing swear words around. And once there's people, hey, there he is. Look, see. And anytime you show up in the chat, I'm like, man, I gotta stop cursing so much because it's been an incessant stream of swear words. But then when I see people come up and it's like, I see, homeboy roll up and it's just F this, F that. Whoa, whoa, WTF. I'm like, wow, they do sound like idiots. It does sound unprofessional and lowbrow. But sometimes you got to keep it real, man. And like I said, I got effed by the great city of Philadelphia from birth. From birth. But yeah, you guys get it. Like it's all about leveling up. That's the whole thing. So that let me circle back around, because we ain't going to the moon. And if I'm a little broke right now, that's all right. Money comes, money goes. And the biggest problem with that is the fact that I don't make that much. Why do I not make that much? Because I'm working for an hourly rate with my hands and my muscles. And when I listen to these wise cats out here, these smart dudes, these ascended masters, as I like to think of them, they get it. They've tapped into something way different. Their subconscious is wired and built different than what mine is. And it's growing pains, baby. It's growing pains. I ain't never had money all like that, so I'm not ready for it. There's a dude online, another one of the great masters. Because on one hand on the internet, you have these fools like clavicular and looks maxing. Then on the other hand, you got bad dudes out here. Andy Frisella comes to mind. Everyone in here knows who I like. Andy's the best. You know what I mean? Myron Golden, who doesn't use profanity. He's a outstanding character in the wide web of characters on the internet. There's another guy like Ed Milet. Ed Milet is very good. And one of the things he talks about that many of these wealth-minded success dudes talk about, it's the internal thermostat. And that no matter what you want or what you're thinking, like everything, it's like the house thermostat. If you got it set to 65, it's always going to regulate, whether it's hot or cold. Things aren't going too good. Say it's cold out, metaphorically cold out. It's going to rise. Your thermostat will take you to where you're comfortable. If things are whatever, it's hot, it's going to lower and take you to where you're comfortable. So the challenge then, just like all these dudes talk about, just like all these dudes talk about, it's an identity shift. You know, it's having the fortitude and the cojones to step into the identity that you say you want. And you do that by action, you do that by habits, you do that by, consistent application. In my brain, what I refer to it as keep ripping. You know, notice how I ain't sweared since Maddie came in the chat. So it's like that, man, and it's not easy to adjust that internal thermostat. It's not easy to just shift your character. Some people can do it. Some people can just wake up one day and say, I am no longer this, I am now that, and just hit it. That requires drama, typically, sometimes trauma. I don't know. I mean, mine is my journey, my evolution has been gradual, man. It's been painstaking step by step, but it's goofy and arrogant to think that I'm an exception to the rule, and none of us are that different. I'm seeing the results of someone else that put in 10, 15, 20 years worth of work. What? I'm only a few years sober. How in the world am I going to just expect that whole thing to be different? I don't know. It's all very interesting stuff. It's all very interesting stuff, which brings me full circle for the second time back to that new Instagram page, heavy blues metal. Because heavy blues metal, man, that's the more I think about it, the more I dwell on it and create something in my abstract, everything. Now the material, now that abstract creation has to come to. If I can write a song in my head and make that manifest, not manifest that, but make that thing up in here in the abstract realm, if I can make that manifest into some type of reality, shit, everything's like that. Everything is like that, dude. You know? So it's the stuff I'm talking about, man. Heavy blues metal, keep ripping. Life is hard. Sometimes you wake up broke. The blues, baby. But what do you do with the blues? You keep going, son. You fucking just keep getting after it. Relentless pursuit, even when it sucks, you know? But you got to be aggressive with it. That's where metal comes in. That's where the fucking aggression and just discipline that is just riffing like a motherfucker comes in. So there it is. There it is. And when you synthesize it, it's very simple. The message for the brand now is cohesive to me. Just keep ripping, dude. And that's it. So here we are. Ripping with good things, though. Like I said, I could have woken up broken, hungover. I could have woken up way worse. If we're bitching about gas prices, there's cats with bombs falling on them. I got a buddy who's Lebanese, and those motherfuckers over in the Middle East ain't being it's a fucking just like catastrophe what's going on. I could have woken up and still been a Trump enthusiast. I could have woken up and been like, man, we had a great time at the No Kings rally the other day. We really stuck it to the system. Bunch of fucking disgusting this bullshit out here. So, it's hard to not blame everything on that, but that's the task, man. That's the task. Who else is among the wise people out here on the internet? We all like Jocko, right? We like Jocko. Good. Get some. Fuck yeah. Yeah, we like Jocko. Extreme ownership. That's right. So it's all my fault. It's all my fault. That's just how it's got to be. So, course correction, unceasing course correction, which means getting up, working out once, launching a new Instagram page, and that changed the whole energy. That changed the whole energy. Maddie comes in and says, it's Holy Week. Yes, it is. Faith Max this week. Yeah. Every time you come in here with something, it's bombs, dude. Nice. Yeah. So that's exactly it, though. Trust it. Just got to trust it. Money will come and go. Money will come and go. And if you wake, shit, it's a good reminder, if nothing else. Yeah, it's a good reminder, if nothing else, man. The blues don't go away. And the blues is, yeah, shit. The blues is alive and well. Comes and goes, man. And it's not even all bad. It's just, it is what it is, as some of these cats say. And I say that too often, too. So, like I said, man, in between workouts, Heavy Blues Metal is live. What was I reading? I was reading Dan Coe this morning. I'm really enjoying Dan Coe. Very happy to pick this book up again. Purpose and Profit by Dan Coe. Here's a good little excerpt, which was pertinent today, even if it took me a few hours to get to reading. Here he goes. Dan Coe says this. Problems keep your attention boxed within the boundaries of those problems. Why does this matter? First, you may have difficulty seeing life for what it is. Facts. Second, you can't seem to find your passions or interests. Yeah, man. Well, lift, shred, keep ripping, rinse, repeat. Onwards with Dan Co. You struggle to find a challenge that you actually want to take on. So you search and search within the little bubble of awareness confined by your problems and start to feel like you're trapped or that there isn't anything more than what you can see. That's the opposite of faith maxing. My problems, my problems. Oh, everything sucks. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes it does, but it can't do that. You can't live like that. Cannot live like that. This is the part that struck me today. Exceptionally poignant. If your mind is consumed by how you look in the mirror, how tired you feel every day, your lack of partner or mate, all the bills you have to pay, and the job you don't care to go to, it becomes obvious why your life doesn't seem that great. People will tell you to accept your situation and find joy in it, which is a good idea, but that is a band aid solution that won't heal the inner voice begging you to discover your potential. Yeah, buddy. That's it. That's it. That's it right there. That's my whole morning summed up. That's my whole morning summed up. I woke up and grabbed this book and almost read that. I checked my money first, but that passage was there waiting for me the whole time. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny? It's Holy Week, baby. Faith Max this week. Get up and get some this week. It's a Monday, so don't be like these sad fuckers out here. It's a Monday. Gas is $6. But I can still find it in me to DoorDash Taco Bell. Nope. Lift, shred, keep ripping. Thanks for hanging. Happy Monday. Bench press is calling. BS with Hannas live on YouTube. Sending it to podcasts and fuck, I'm spiraling. It's all good. BS with Hannas on YouTube. Put it out to Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, so on and so forth. Follow the new Instagram page at Heavy Blues Metal. Heavy Blues Metal merch is live. NickyBehannas.com/store. You want to hear the music? Nicky Behannas on all streaming services. NickyBehannas.com, NickyBehannas.bandcamp.com, YouTube, backing track jam series. Kicking ass. Doing more later tonight at Nicky Behannas Music. Patreon.com/Nicky Behannas for all the shit that I do. The plugs is growing. That list, I'm getting winded. I need more time on the cardio. We're going back to the moon. All right, happy Monday. Keep it real. One love. Peace.